with Pixel Bath, there's not much to speak of in terms of features, but the one major feature you did get on the record was ASAP Rocky, which, I mean, when that's your singular feature, that's kind of a statement. Can you go into exactly what made that crossover happen and the process of kind of getting it together?
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's funny because I had a meeting. This is post Bad Sports. A label wanted me to come in and talk to them, and I'm just like, okay. And I'm really bad at not label meetings because I don't necessarily like pitching myself, and it's like if you bring me in, like I would assume for you to drive the conversation. Nevertheless, we go in, and I'm thinking that I'm speaking to like an A&R, and I'm definitely not. I'm speaking to an A&R's assistant. So in the meeting, which was fine, um, but so they had no signing power or anything like that. But what they did have was just like a lot of positive things to say. So I was really happy to hear that coming from somebody in the label at the time. And this specific person, well, this girl, she worked at that label, and then she got hired by ASAP Rocky's manager. Um, and I don't know what her specific job title is with ASAP Rocky's manager, but she told him about me because she had been watching me since Bad Sports. Um, and yeah, so he called my team, was like, yo, we'd really like to meet Gene, X, Y, and Z. So we met, and I was playing pieces of Pixel Bath that were done pre-releasing. And he was like, yeah, I really want to get you in with Rocky. And I'm like, cool, I'm with that. So it was probably like 3 weeks that I hadn't heard from anybody. And I'm like one of those people where it's like, don't care if it doesn't happen. It's like, it's cool. It's cool if it happens. Like for me, anything is cool if it happens. But if not, like, I'm not stressed about it. And then I get a phone call, just like a lot of people in music, you get this weird phone call from somebody and you think they're pranking you. It's like, yo, what's up? And I'm like, yes, hello. Like, and it was just like, yo, this is Rocky. And I'm like, word, this is Rocky, this sick, whatever. And then we start talking or whatever. And then obviously it's Rocky. And he was like, yeah, I love what you do, blah, blah, blah.
When this was all
And
initiated, was there some anticipation that he would be coming onto a track of yours or vice versa, or there'd just be some kind of general crossover and nobody knew what direction it was going to move?
exactly. So like, it was never like my thing was never to like get a feature or anything like that. I think that's most people's instinct when you meet somebody that you like, is like, oh, I would love to get him on a record. But at the time, I didn't have a record for him to be on. So it was kind of, if I don't have a place for it, I'm not going to ask for it, because it's just like it's useless, kind of, where it's I could be like, yo, hop on this. But actually, it wasn't kind of the opposite. It was like that same day he called me. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I live in Los Angeles, and he has a place in Los Angeles, and I'm like, "Oh, I'm literally not doing anything." And he's like, "Yo, come over." And this is like COVID time too. Uh, so like, thankfully, I have like tests that I can take myself for my COVID stuff. So tested myself negative, and I was like, "All right, I'll come over." So I ended up going over to his house, and then there we worked for several weeks on just like records, and just like chopped it up, hung out, and we became really good friends. Um, I think the initial meeting was like, he kind of saw that I wasn't super like, oh my god. It was just like, this is cool. You're a human. I'm a human. I take dumps. You take dumps. Like, we're normal as hell, right? So once our relationship kind of got established, and we were working together during COVID a lot. Like, I was just at his house watching fucking cartoons and stuff. Um, Finally, he was like, "So what are we doing?" And I was like, "Do you want to get on this record?" And he's like, "Yes, I've been waiting for you to say something." And I'm like, "Yeah, but I don't want to just like come in and just be like, yo, I'm whatever." And I was like, "This is like a perfect place for you to be on this record," because I wanted to build this like moment that felt kind of opposite of what you do, because it's like it's not going to be drums and there's not going to be a lot of stuff. It's going to be very ambient, and it's like you're going to be the main focus on that section. And I built the section out, and then he laid a verse down, and it was beautiful. I was like, wow, this dude on record, like his voice is so punchy, like it's just Rocky's voice. And that's pretty much how the feature came about. And it was like super, super organic, where it wasn't like, yo, I need this or I need that. And like, I also worked on some stuff for him. May come out, may never come out. I have no idea. But yeah, he's like an actual very genuine person. And I anticipated the opposite, because I get all my information from the internet, just like most people. So I'm like, he's going to be an asshole because he's cool. And like, me and cool people don't usually get along, because I'm not somebody that considers myself cool. I'm just like a normal dude, and I don't get excited about much. And he was super hospitable, fucking amazing human being.
Thank you very much for watching this interview clip over on TND Streams. To see the full interview, click on the video link next to my head or down below, or hit up the link to subscribe to the channel or see our Patreon page to support what we do and get some extra bonus monthly content in the process. Anthony Fantano, forever.